Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steph Curry reacts to major Warriors Jimmy Butler trade. Despite suffering a horrible 3-point loss against the Utah Jazz on Wednesday, the Golden State Warriors have something huge to look forward to going forward. The Warriors have reportedly acquired six-time All-Star forward Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat. The Warriors sent out Andrew Wiggins, Lindy Waters III, Dennis Schroeder, and a protected first-round pick to make a Butler trade work, but the massive deal could have great dividends. Pairing Butler with Warriors superstar Steph Curry is an amazing idea on paper, especially throwing four-time All-Star Draymond Green in the mix. Following Wednesday's crushing loss to the Jazz, Curry commented on the Butler acquisition and what the star forward dealt with amid a drama-filled tenure with the Heat. "I know there was a lot of drama down there, in Miami," Curry said. "Who really knows what the story is? We expect to have a motivated, committed Jimmy that's ready to impact our team for the better. Gotta work out the kinks of what it looks like, but I'm excited to get to work and kind of feed off the energy of something new." After Wednesday's loss, the Warriors are back to .500 with a 25-25 record and still sit in 10th place in the West. The Warriors desperately need Butler to come in and make a difference, and Curry seems excited to have some fresh talent implemented into their struggling offense. Butler has been one of the most prolific two-way stars in the league for years, so having that skill set in Golden State next to Curry and Green should be a difference maker. Phoenix Suns forward Kevin Durant is one of the older players in the NBA at 36, yet he's still scoring the ball with an incredibly impressive combination of volume and efficiency. He is averaging 26.9 points per game while shooting 52.4% from the field and 39.8% from three-point range this season. With Durant still playing at a high level despite his advanced age and the Miami Heat facing offensive struggles this season, fans of the team shouldn't be caught off guard by a report that Miami has been direct about its interest in Durant on multiple levels. As I've posted on Off the Floor, the Miami Heat have inquired about Kevin Durant's availability, in light of the prospect that the Golden State Warriors would flip Jimmy Butler to the Suns for him, a post on X from 5 Reasons Sports reads. Making it happen is another matter. But they've been direct about their interest, on multiple levels. Miami's offensive numbers so far this season suggest that the team is in need of some scoring punch. The Heat's offensive attack to this point has been mediocre at best. First off, the Heat are averaging just 111.0 points per contest through 48 games. Only 8 NBA teams are scoring fewer points on a game-to-game basis, and several of those teams are among the worst in the league in terms of record. Furthermore, Miami has just one player averaging 20-plus points per game this season, and that's Tyler Herro, who is scoring 23.8 while shooting 46.7% from the field and 39.1% from deep. Meanwhile, the Heat may be experiencing the end of the Butler era, as the deadline for the veteran to be traded is Thursday. It's been a long time since he last suited up for the Heat, as his last game came when Miami took on the Portland Trail Blazers on January 21. He is currently suspended. However unlikely it may be, if Durant ends up getting dealt to the Heat before the deadline, they would mark his 5th NBA team. He probably had his most successful seasons in the league with the Oklahoma City Thunder and Warriors. Durant won the only MVP award of his career to this point during his time in Oklahoma City and captured 2 NBA titles during his stint alongside Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and company in Golden State. Draymond Green's strong reaction to Warriors' Jimmy Butler trade. Steph Curry, Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors just upgraded their starting forward spot in a big way. On Wednesday night, ESPN's Shams Charania broke the news that the Warriors have acquired Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat in exchange for Andrew Wiggins. Breaking: the Miami Heat are finalizing a deal to send Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson and a protected first-round pick, sources tell ESPN, Charania wrote on X. Now, Golden State has filled the void that Klay Thompson left by creating a new star trio of Curry, Green and Butler. Butler is having a down season statistically, averaging 17.0 points, 5.2 rebounds and 4.8 assists. But, if he puts in the effort that was lacking amid his 3 suspensions with Miami, he can definitely take the Warriors over the top, given his playoff resume. And Green would agree. Following the Warriors' 131-128 loss to the Utah Jazz on Wednesday, Green spoke to reporters about the trade. When asked how the new trio would fit together, Green shared his response. "We win," Green said. "All 3 of us. So there's your fit." Green also adds that Butler has a winning, expletive, pedigree and the same mindset as himself. Asked Draymond Green how Jimmy Butler, Stephen Curry and himself fit together, "We win. All 3 of us. So there's your fit." He also said Jimmy has a winning pedigree and is a guy that in a lot of ways is like him with the edge and mindset he brings to games. In his 6 seasons with Miami, Butler had led the Heat to 2 NBA Finals appearances and 3 Eastern Conference Finals. In his most recent run to the championship in 2022-23, Butler averaged 26.9 points, 6.5 rebounds and 5.9 assists. Unfortunately, he couldn't do enough to defeat Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. The Warriors, 25-25, will be back in action on Thursday against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers, 29-19. However, Luka Doncic, who the Dallas Mavericks traded for Anthony Davis, is not expected to make his LA debut. NBA, Heat probes trade for Kevin Durant. The trade deadline trade scenarios have changed in a few days, especially involving the Phoenix Suns. According to different rumors in the NBA, the Miami Heat probed the Arizona team for Kevin Durant. Therefore, a deal between the teams is not yet ruled out. The latest information comes from Ethan J. Skolnick, from the page 5 Reason Sports. According to the journalist, the Heat has not given up on trading Butler with the Suns. Despite the slim chances of involving Bradley Beal, the franchise is now monitoring a deal for Durant. The Heat's initiative to try Kevin Durant in the NBA goes through the Suns. The difficulty in getting reinforcements has made the Arizona team listen to offers for the number 35, according to Jake Fisher, from Substack. Phoenix continued to say that it does not want to trade Durant before the trade deadline. But it is believed that the team is at least listening to offers from several teams for the legendary scorer. In the meantime, the star is aware of all this movement, reported the journalist. The Suns and Heat were involved in rumors about Jimmy Butler. After asking for a trade, the number 22 began to be linked to Phoenix. An offer was even advanced, however, Beal's veto power prevented the Suns from continuing the negotiation. Now, with the chance of Durant leaving, it is possible that the Heat will try to send Butler to the Suns. Trading Durant seems to be the only way for Phoenix to acquire Butler, before the deadline on Thursday, 6, reported Fisher and Mark Stein. However, there is another more likely scenario, according to John Gambadoro, from Arizona Sports. According to the insider, the Golden State Warriors could join the teams for a 3-way trade. In this case, the San Francisco team would receive Durant, while the Suns would have Butler. The Durant to Golden State rumor has taken on a life of its own in the last 24 hours. "Look, I don't know for sure, so I'm not reporting. But I spoke to several teams today who heard the same thing. One of them told me he could end up in Golden State, with Butler going to Phoenix," the journalist reported. Finally, the Heat could receive Andrew Wiggins. According to ESPN's Brian Windhorst, the teams had already discussed trades involving the forward. Therefore, Miami is interested in the Warriors player. And you, fan? What do you think of the Kevin Durant situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.